I've got a nature deck for you that got 24 wins in Mythic Weekend ranked, and it only costs $67 or 0.03 ETH. It was Mighty Uncle who got the 24 wins with the deck, and this was the deck right here. All right, so this deck has a lot of the same critters you've seen many times before: the wild hogs, the black jaguars, basically a lot of wild creatures. Of course, your marsh walkers, your low hanging fruits, rabid bear. Basically, it relies on a really good curve and just having a lot of bodies on board, wild bodies. And then you have the Celestial Stag for your card draw. We have the Starving Sabertooth so that you can make nice trades with other critters. And then you get the +1 regen on it after you make a trade if you're frenzied. You have the Faith Flame Blade, which allows you to get that frenzy off. It also allows you to help with managing the opponent's side of the board. And then you're going to buff up your wild creatures with your Wildfire, going to give them regen +1/1. And I think one of the, of course, the pangolin, these are just really, really strong right now. So your game enders are going to be your sudden bloom. You're going to be able to use this to not only clear the enemy side of the board, but also get a lot of damage onto face. So if you can get that off on your giant pangolin, great. If you can just get it off on literally your black jaguar, it doesn't even matter. Sudden bloom right now is currently so strong, and it literally can swing the game into your favor. One of the big stars here is this Jaguar staff, and this is something that not every nature deck runs like some of the other cards, but it allows you to control the board by getting this Blitz 2/2 relic off, and then you also get to build your own board by summoning a black jaguar at the same time. All right, so the Jaguar staff is about 0.0039 ETH, or just over $8 right now, but this card really helps swing the game. Obviously, it has done well. Mighty Uncle proved that with 24 out of 25 wins in Mythic, getting 24 out of 25 wins, even with the super expensive 1.5 ETH meta decks, that is still a really good feat. So the fact that Mighty Uncle did it with a 0.03 ETH, $67 deck, seriously, congrats. And honestly, hats off to Mighty Uncle. With that being said, I'm going to go jump into a couple games and show you how it's played. Okay, so Mulligan, wouldn't mind card draw here. Also might want to save the Wild Hog to play with the Celestial Stag turn 4. So let's go look for our turn 1. We are going first, so the Jaguar, yeah, exactly. Would be nice. We could technically Wild Hog Jaguar, and if we can manage to keep the Stag, that would be nice. Ooh, Wildfire. The perfect curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I was considering just saving the Wild Hog to play with the Stag, but why not just start throwing things on board? Okay, Faith Flame Blade is actually nice here. We'll give the Confused to the Shadow Scryer because I don't think that we will be. Okay, perfect. And we'll pop it as well. Faith Flame Blade does come in a lot, real handy, clearing these small critters. So we're not going to be able to get our Stag off next turn. If we wait till turn 4 and hold the Jaguar, though, we could potentially get them both off on the same turn for turn 4. And I'm thinking that's probably actually going to be doing it. There's no point in playing the Jag now when I can just wait a turn and then get a free card draw with it. Unless we get a nice pickup here. Oh, 2 Jags. Would you look at that? Sometimes the cards are just in your favor. No point in pipping out the second Jag, though. We'll let him use his spells on us. We actually hope that he uses his spell on this Jaguar, because that'll mean that he's less likely to have one next turn for our Stag-Jag combo. Okay. Literally pointless. He should have just went face there because we're just going to regen that. Okay, so now we can Stag. We can stag. We can jag. We're going to have 3/3/3s on board. And a card advantage. Anything we need from the Sanctum? No. Not currently. Might want to steal the Ranger First Bow from him, but we'll see. Would like a little bit extra favor before I do that. How much damage can I get off that monolith? Ability to give all enemy creatures burn +1. I like Wildfire here. It's going to buff up all of our dudes. No, I like it. It's just too good. It's just too good. The other option would have been to get another body on board. But I'm actually going to go for the favor here. And then I'm probably going to pick up this Ranger First Bow just in case we can get a nice thingy there. Yeah, nice. So we're going to be able to pick up that Rune of Strength next turn. So basically, we're going to lose our stag. We could have got an extra card draw had we not wildfired. So we could have Starving Sabertooth wildfired the turn following. But we just got so much damage off to face there. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Oh, what a pickup. What a top draw. And we can even grab the Rune of Strength. Now, we can choose here. You know what? We're gonna pop that on the Jag so he can't 8 health. We want to avoid the Star Shard Bolt. If we really want to make him use if he has an epiphany or something, like he's gonna have to use that now, otherwise it's game over. So just a really fast start. Bay Flame Blade came in as the champion there, turn 1. Help us get board control. I guess he didn't have an epiphany in hand. All right, this is game 2. We're going to see how we match up versus nature. Taking on our opponent, Sensical. All right, so we're going to... Falling Star is pretty good for us here. Nature versus nature. Brazen Moose, good stat, but we have to choose between one of these slow cards. I mean, we have all these 5 drops. I also don't mind Jaguar Staff. Let's just sift through the middle guy here. Okay, Black Jaguar, good. Now, what is going to be better for us? A Jaguar Staff or a Falling Star? Turn 5 against Nature, I think that the Jaguar Staff would be decent because we can clear their board while building ours, and we're also getting wild creatures on board. So we are turn 2, which means that we can pip out the Jaguar and then pip out the Rabid Bear. So our curve is pretty good. Okay, good solid start from him. All right, let's Jag. Pretty good card for this turn. He has the Animal Bond, so we don't have to be too worried about him smacking us with the boar and then Selena's marking us. Whereas we actually have pretty good removal here. We could technically God Power next turn as well as Low Hanging Fruit. Okay, well he's going to take a lot of face damage here if you're going to smack us twice. Oof. But it does clear our board. And he regens. Gotta pip out the Rabid Bear. Let's just hope he doesn't have a Canopy Barrage. I don't think that he has a Canopy Barrage because he would have probably used that last turn. So unless he just top draw it now. Because I don't know why you would take 6 damage to face if you had Canopy Barrage in hand. Seems a little bit weird. If he didn't do that, then I'd be super worried to play the Rabid Bear here because now we're pipping out a 3-drop when he could just Canopy Barrage us with 2 bodies on the board. Rough. So you kind of got to think about that as well. Like, why did he play what he played? That being said, I could have just been wrong there, and he could have just wanted to get the Faithflame blade out. Ooh, he's going to trade 6 more damage to face. Wow. Brutal. It's going to be a big fat Marshwalker. So what I'm thinking is we get the Stag out. Ooh, we have our own Faithflame blade. How much damage could we do? We could do 3 damage to... We could clear this and the Badger. Low-hanging fruit something. But then we have nothing on board. Does this Celestial Stag work in combo with the low-hanging fruit? Oh wow, we've got a zombie summon. Will that trigger it? That doesn't trigger the Stag. Does the low-hanging fruit trigger the Stag? Alright, you saw it here. You gotta play an actual creature. It can't come from a... Some of these abilities are just not logical. We literally played 2 creatures. So why don't... Yeah, it makes no sense. But either way, I'm sure that MightyUncle would have known that. Okay, we can clear it. So what I'm gonna do here is hero power, see what it hits. And then basically, that was good. He did not get that favor because he could have got Athenian Archer out on the zombie. Whew. All right, so we can possibly make a comeback here. I don't like that he had another Marshwalker in hand because now we're not gonna be able to. All right, so we're gonna have to do this. See what hits. Nice. So now we can Faithflame. Let's confuse. Let me think about how much damage we have. 2. Okay, so we can confuse this Marshwalker because he's going to be the one left on board. We can damage. Let me see if there's any way to keep these bodies on board. I don't think so. Okay, so what we're going to do then is run this guy into the Stag. No, I should have run it into the Marshwalker, but it's just going to be 1 extra health damage. And then we can run this into here. Did we clear that? We caught to clear the Marshwalker, I think. And gonna go. Oh, I can't go face with the Faithflame Blade because we want to get the Jaguar staff off next turn. So what do we want to top draw? A Moose maybe, but he could have a Lightning Strike. Gotta think of a way out of this. I mean, all right, so we don't want to let him keep that Stag on board. That's for sure. We don't have a guaranteed way to clear it, though. We basically have a 50-50 of hitting our Selena's mark. Even less now because he's going to play a wind-up roller. But honestly, we could use the card draw. Okay. Okay. And we got a Moose. This is going to be tough. I think we Jaguar staff this dude. I mean, it's going to leave a body on his board, but maybe next turn we can clear it. I mean, yeah, it's tough. He's got a card advantage, board advantage, and he's gonna swing his card advantage even higher now. He just had a better start. I mean, he had a really good start. Marshwalker plus the hog and the wild hog, and they got like really good lucky with his confused. So that was also good. So a hunt would be nice, but we're not even close to being able to use it anyways. A wildfire would be just GG for us here. Another Faithful Blade. We don't need that. I guess first let's get another Jag. And then we have at least less of a chance of hitting one of these. Is there anything else that we could do? I guess we could have got the Athenian Archer. Okay, that works. What I'm thinking is... I wouldn't mind getting bodies on board, potentially, so we can keep that Jaguar on there. I mean, the Marshwalker is going to be nice, because it's going to stop him from having the hunt. I like Athenian Archer, because it gives us... Let's just ping hero power here. Okay, good. Now we can clear one more dude with the Athenian Archer. I mean, the hunt would be pretty devastating to us. We would only have one creature left on board. I would hope it would be the Jaguar. But we do stay alive for a little bit longer. I mean, the worst thing he could do here is overcommit, and then we get the hunt. Wildfire, and he doesn't clear our board. I mean, we're doing a pretty good job of holding on here, but we're basically just doing that, holding on. And he has the wildfire, so... Yikes. This is like, yeah. Good thing his Marshwalker is confused now. He might miss the Jaguar. Nope. Of course he hits it. Will Sudden Bloom do what we need? I think it's our only shot to actually get back in this. So we hit face. Then we Sudden Bloom. It was a good top draw. And then I think what we do is we go for the Marshwalkers. We take the less damage to ourselves. And that also has a shit ton of regen. Okay. Just saves us one more turn where we could get the hunt. But the hunt won't save us. Because like I said before, now he's got a big board built. So even if we have the hunt, it won't clear his stuff. I think we Canopy Barrage here. The perfect pickup. Then it's tough. Do we clear another body? Or do we drop a Jag? Probably clear a body. Which we actually can't. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, we still have both of our stags. Like, he had 2 stags early. He had a really good turn 1. Answers, yeah. So, I mean, we were at a disadvantage from turn 1, so it is what it is. So you can't win them all. All right, well played. Zensicle, well played. Canopy Barrage is great against Deception, of course. Get through the hidden. Falling Star, it's not the best for the beginning game, because turn 5, they're coming in with a potential Rapture Dance after that. Faithflame Blade, No, I'm going to keep this hand. All right, so wow, he's running 2 Wild Boars Deception. That's pretty random. But is it worth taking our Canopy Barrage for? Probably not. I think we would actually just Faith Flame Blade here. And just finish it off. No point in letting him build a board. Not worried too much about face health here. Just about keeping that board clear for now. If he's got a big board, then our spells do a lot. Are a lot less valuable. Basically, as a deception, or basically as anyone facing nature, you want to build a board where their spells become less valuable. And because they're random based spells, a big board really prevents their spells from doing much. Same with this Selena's Insight. Okay, so this one is just a... We can't really low hanging fruit here because we have nothing to put into it. So what we're actually going to do is just pip out the Starving Sabertooth and just save our Faith Flame Blades for now. Basically, if you can build a lot of health on the board against nature, that's going to do a lot for you because let's say you even get nature's big removal card, the Hunt, which comes in turn 6. It only does 8 damage worth. So if you can manage to build a board with health over 8, then you're going to still have creatures left on the board after their big AoE damage spell. So basically, when I play Deception, I'm always just looking to build a big board against nature. Big health stat creatures too. All right, so remember, we get regen on the starting Sabertooth if we are Frenzy that turn. So unfortunately, we can't use it to take out the Witch Warden, but that's okay because we can Canopy Barrage here. So this one is just an easy smack. We're going to get the regen because we're going to Frenzy with the Faith Flame. And that's important so he can't just Orfeo us here. And then we smack. And now we have the option whether to low-hanging fruit. But in this case, it actually wouldn't hurt to just drop another body on board. Wait, did I not? After this teacher a crack, I just played that out of order. After this creature attacks a creature, if you are frenzied, gain +1 regen. Not that it would have mattered. He would have been able to do that anyways. We should have actually been watching out for that card. Umber Arrow. Yeah, but watch out for that. That card is that Sabertooth is so easy to mess up because it's not just that you were frenzied at some point in that turn. You actually have to like make sure you're frenzied before you attack a creature with it. So really pay attention to that. It's a really easy mistake to make. All right, so we want to actually get the frenzy off on this guy. Don't care if it's confused so much. And we have the option if we want to get the low-hanging fruit, but we don't need to drop that off this turn yet. Since we actually have a card advantage, it's not looking good for Deception. We got to be careful to watch out for their Hunter's Traps. So a big trap, I guess, is if they use their Hunter Trap now. And not save it for something like the Pangolin. But if they're smart, they're going to be saving that Hunter's Trap for the Pangolin. Yikes. Just waste the whole turn here because we have literally nothing to play. Literally nothing to play. So we're going to be taking a decent amount of damage to face here. At least we have a pangolin. We could technically actually remove the uncanny rogue with 2 low-hanging fruits. Pretty random play, but honestly, it surprisingly works. And they can buff each other up, so just a random play. We do have Sudden Bloom, so next turn we can pangolin into the Guild Enforcer. And then we're going to be actually looking pretty good here for Sudden Bloom. Wow, what a random draw. I'm surprised he didn't kill the Vibrant Fruit to prevent it from getting a 1-1 on something else. I think that would be a bit of a misplay there. All right, so he could Hunter's Trap us, so there's no point in buffing it up anymore because a Hunter's Trap will just hurt it anyways. So we're actually just going to keep this guy on board. Do we need anything? Or do we want to prevent him from getting anything? I wouldn't mind saving up for the Tartesian Improviser and buff up that giant pangolin. The other thing is we might not want him to have the Ranger first bow because he can... Yeah, so there goes the first Hunter Trap. Good to be aware of. But now he's got no cards in hand, so... Plus, surprisingly, a lot of Deception decks don't actually run 2 Hunter Traps. Alright, so no surprise here. That is a surprise. Oh no, never mind. He has the Orfeo. Okay, so let's see what we got. It's not looking that bad for us, honestly. We could Moose. But nah, might as well build a board here. Could also Jaguar Staff. Both are good options. I'm going to Jaguar Staff. Now we can drop this Tartesian Improviser. I mean, if he'll have to make a choice whether he's going to like kill us with the Orfeo or take out the Tartesian Improviser. So either way, we're good. The board's looking good. He really needs card draw going on. I'm surprised. He's basically playing a Deception with just a lot of good stat creatures. And some good removal, like the Hunter's Trap. So Deception does pretty well against nature, I find, playing Deception, because you have spells like the Hunter's Trap, which just do so good. It's going to be a big fat moose. So he's just wanting to finish us off here, but I don't think he's got the power. We can Sudden Bloom one of these dudes here. I like the moose. It's a big body, 8 damage. He's got to take care of that, otherwise he's going to be going out of health, or down on health really soon. And then we're actually going to buff him up. So he's got a Hunter's Trap it, if he has a Hunter's Trap in hand. And actually, I am going to save the Jaguar. We don't want to give him the opportunity to get a good Rapture Dance off. So if he got a Rapture Dance off and did 4 damage to the Brazen Moose, then he would be able to finish it off with the Skeleton Heavy. So you always got to count your creatures on board when you're versing Deception. They're very, you can play around their AoE cards very easily if you know what you're doing. The worst thing you can do as a nature deck versus Deception is building a big fat board. See, now he can't finish. Well, he can finish off Moose with a Pip, but now he lost his Pip, and he's going to lose his Skeleton Heavy as well. And we still have our Jaguar here. It would be really not smart to play that. He should have killed the moose. Because now we can just Jaguar Staff the bodyguard. Really random. So basically what we can do is smack. We got a Jag. We can actually wildfire this. And then finish off the Skeleton Heavy with the hero power here. And then he doesn't really have good removal for this. With the regen, so if he has to have a Hunter Strap, but he only has one max, so he could only max take out one of these creatures, and then we just finish it off pretty easily because we have Sudden Bloom. So there goes second Hunter Strap. Now we can stop playing around at stuff. We just keep a small board with buffed up dudes. Nothing you can do. Frails does nothing. So we actually are going to get 2 bodies on board. Heal up a bit. Not going to go for the 3rd body because I just want 1 for Frenzy and 1 so that I can get the overkill on something. And we're safe from Rapture Dance. So this is just an easy Pangolin, and then it's GG. Wait, why would he hide it? Why would he hide his Guild Enforcer? Because that's gonna hide it for us. That's a misplay. I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Wait, was that still lethal? No, that was a glitch. The game is glitching. So sometimes when you're versing Deception, your hits register twice, and then it goes into like this lock state where you can't actually finish them off. And yeah. Sometimes you can lose because of that. Like, let's say he was running a Demogorgon. He could have Demogorgon there, slept our deck, and then slept our board, and then came back from the dead. That's a super annoying bug. But either way, should have Sudden Bloomed first because it's a random creature. That stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is Wildfire to get extra damage so we can finish him off. Smack this guy. Okay. Alright, so those are the games. If you want to see a budget version of a war deck, you can check that video out here. Otherwise, I've been starting to stream on Twitch, so you can find the link for my Twitch in the description below. And with that, thanks for watching and have a good day.